Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your XLR Boost 29 QBX travel trailer tow hauler. I'm here to show you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and parking. A couple things to take into consideration. On your campsite, of course, your awning, and then your slide. There'll be plenty of room for them to come in and out. Over on your off campsite, I want you to think about this slide. It's pretty deep. Leave plenty of room for that to come in and out. Then I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Power is going to be behind your tires on your campsite, or excuse me, off campsite, or driver's side of your tow vehicle. And then your water connection is going to be just above your tires. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. It does come with a night docking light. Should you arrive at night, lift or lower the unit until you're level. You do have a manual override right here for that hand crank. In case you lose power, you can get this up and down. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose coming down the road. Once you got your unit level, next thing you're going to do is stabilize it. Our unit's equipped with power stabilizing jacks. There's a manual hand crank. You can ride them up and down with that crank right there. I'm just going to hit extend. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. It'll better distribute the weight. Run that down just until it's taut. Run your other one. You have individual controls for these. Again, I'm not going to run it all the way down. I'm going to show you the other ones working back here. They are all individual, so put your stabilizing jack pad down, run these down just until they're taut. Now some of these, as they come down, you may have to adjust your foot. Just get that nice and flat. Run these back up. Run down all four of our stabilizing jacks. Got our unit level and stable. We can go ahead and hook up our power and water. I got this big long 50 amp cord, plugs in back here. At the end of that 50, should you need the dog bone, there's a 50 to 30 dog bone, or a 30 to 110 you can throw on here if you ever need to plug in at home. That's power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. At campsites, we're going to hook up the city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use this. Hook that up to your city water connection, hook up your hose, but don't turn our hose on yet. Right here to your left is going to be your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, making sure our drain plug's back in there. Throw some plumber's tape on there, get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there, you can go ahead and turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Excuse me. Once that's in there nice and snug, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a little while, go inside, open up your water taps, make sure you get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water. Once you do, you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. There is an on-off electric element down here. The only time you ever want to turn this on down here is if you're hooked up to 110. Hot water heater doesn't seem to be working. Look to see if these are bubbled out. They're a reset valve. Simply press them back in. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to hook up to city water. We're going to go boondocking or dry docking. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. Water pressure regulator, turn on your hose. Now the way to tell this is full, go inside. There's a battery, freshwater, black and gray tank buttons. Hold that freshwater button down. Once this is full, remove your hose, put your cap back on, and then when you want to utilize that water, you turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already got pressure. All right, we're all set up to camp. We got power and water. I'm gonna go ahead and start you on this back corner on the off camp side. Walk you around the unit. You got a ladder there. Remove these cotter pins and this will fold out. Go up there and check the seams of your roof. A couple times a year, caulk any dry or cracked ones as needed and maintain your roof. This is a vent from inside that you can push out. Again, your power. Sewage holding tank. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. City water connection. Freshwater connect. Cable and satellite hookup. Let's say flue for your furnace. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It'll get rather warm. Again, your hot water heater. Down here's your freshwater drain. Right there, that's where you dump your freshwater tanks. Over here is your other sewage and galley tanks and wastewater tanks. In the storage here, all prepped for generator. This is your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Again, check your battery post. Propane does come with a cover. It's on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty-loosey to open. Green means you've got gas. Coming around to your campsite. Got your storage here. Again, your stabilizing jacks. Your main low point drain for the campsites is right up underneath here. Quick connect LP there as well. Hot and cold outdoor shower. Coming back here around your slide, you're prepped for a TV out here. You can mount a TV here, plug in your cable in 110. Got a couple outdoor speakers out here. You got a pet leash. Leash up your pet here. Your fueling station, that's where you turn that on. And there's your hand pump. And then your deck, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside. Coming up inside your unit, first thing I like to point out in every unit is a fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Speaking of entry doorway, as soon as you come in, it's going to be your thermostat. Let's turn that on. Let's crank the air up in here. Get that running. And shut that off. Oops. Off. You hear that shuts off kind of quickly. Now I'm going to turn your heat on. And you'll notice heat kicks on. See that running. When you shut the heat off, it takes a few minutes for the heat fan to cycle through to shut off. Over here on your control panel, there's your brand new battery. Freshwater button I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water heater. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Lots of lighting outside. Heating pads, then will heat up your tanks if you're in inclement weather. Living room lighting, no ramp light. Front awning. Now I do want to note on your awning, as you notice, your door is right here. You need to move your door at least at 90 degrees in order to run your awning out. on your awning. You're only going to want to run that out until you see your flap fall down to 90 degrees. It will extend itself past that and roll itself up backwards if you're not watching it. That's as far as you want to go. Remember, keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Cool blue LED lighting on there. Run that back in here real quick. Got our awning back in. Shut the awning and ground lights off. Close our door. Continue our tour. Also on here are your slide controls. We'll utilize those when closing our slide. Down below your fridge to your right is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are boondocking or dry docking, nothing plugged in charging your battery, you should disconnect your battery to keep this from running your battery post down while you're gone. Over here, access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s, a couple of 40s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. To the left of that, your fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing is the heat. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, instead of using up your gas, turn the heat on this thing and it'll get it toasty here in here in no time. Left of that, it's going to be a Furrion sound system. Crank that on here. Go to our source. We're going to go to AM FM down here. Scan to find a channel. Just come back down here. I know there is one. 104.5. So we got music indoors. Shut that off. On indoors. Off. Now it's just in the back. Come up here to your television. There's your remotes for your fireplace and sound system. Remote for your TV as well. Turn that on. There's your TV working. Self-explanatory microwave. Down here you have a fan and a light for your cooktop. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Flip that back there. Turn on your panel light. Notice when you turn on your gas, it goes from blue to red. Hit your spark and there's your flame. Same thing on your oven. No pilot light anymore. Set this to light. Hit your spark and then set it to the desired temperature. Take your panel light and point it down. It becomes an oven light. Your sofa over here, you've got recliners everywhere. Simply reach in here for a parachute pole, we like to call it. USB port, heat and massage here. Your recliners you will have to push back in with your feet. Go back to your garage in a minute, but let me come up here to your living room or your bedroom. You want to make sure that you have this mattress folded back before you close this slide. And make sure that all your doors and drawers are closed in here. Here's your lighting. Vanity lighting, little storage in here. Actually big storage in here. Big closet. Prepped for a TV in here as well. Cable 110. For travel again, make sure this both of your bathroom doors are snapped open into the open position. Here as well as over here. In your bathrooms where your 110 with GFCI resets at. You also have a hand crank open power exhaust vent in here. That about covers everything on the inside here. Let's go back here to your garage. Alright, so back here in your bunk room, your garage, point out some things. You are prepped for a TV up here. I'll show you how this snaps on here. Make sure you have that snap for travel. If you want to utilize this door, I'll snap both of these. Bring that in. Gives you a whole nother bathroom. clamp in up there. We bring this in, snap that up. Now we've got our bathroom. Unhook that, bring that back around, snap this up here for travel. Same thing up here. Do you have one-touch lighting up here in this bathroom? Also back to your garage, your vents. Simply push them out. That'll open that up and air it out in here in case you have fuel. Our lighting in here, a lot of one-touch lighting. These will cover your windows so nobody's peeking in and seeing your toys or you sleeping. This is where it's wired for solar. This is a template for the techs to know where it's pre-wired. I'll bring your bread down real quick. So bring your bunk down. You'll see that the top bunk will stop at a certain point. There's a table you can set up between your bunks. You can bring down just the bottom. I'm going to show you how to do that. And these will just jackknife up into a... Show you that from here. Lift up on the front and fold your back up. If you want to use these for a bed, make sure you bring down your lower legs back here. Right here. Jackknife this back down. Now, in order to get the top bunk to stay up, two-hand job. There we go. What you're going to do is you're going to go around and you're going to flip all these out. What that's going to do, and I'll show you here as we lift this, that's going to make your top bunk lock itself in place when it gets to the top, and then you can bring down just the seating. You have your separate AC back here. Crank that up here in just a moment. You'll hear it click in. Gotta click onto that metal bar right up in there. Now I can bring down just the bottom. And again, if you want to do the opposite way, make sure you flip it backwards. Lastly, let's crank up your AC in here. Let you hear that running. Turn temperature down. Shut that off. Well, covers everything back here. Let's head back in. Alright, so that about covers everything on the inside. I like to shut off my living room lights. Then I can walk around my unit and see if I've left any other lighting on. Looks like that's a no in here. Check the garage already. Doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Bedroom. Make sure your doors are snapped open. Doors and drawers are closed and your bed is folded. Your first one here to your left is going to be your bedroom slide. Got our slide in. Go to slide Slide in, shut off our living room lights, and exit the unit. As you exit, when bringing up these steps, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this could catch on it. Bring your door up, pull back on that, that'll lock that in there. Lock and deadbolt your door, lift and turn this handle. At this point, we're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, and our cable. Come up underneath here, dump them low point drains if you're at a campsite. Come around to the off campsite. If we're boondocking, we're going to dump that fresh water drain. I'm going to lift up on a pressure release valve in our hot water heater. That's going to dump the remainder of our hot water just like that, and then you can pull your drain plug. Hook up your hitch and head on up to your dump station. That's the dump station, park accordingly. There are two dumps here. You got a sewer outlet up here as well as back here. Now you can buy a bigger, stronger, longer hose. 10-foot one comes with your convenience pack. You can hook up a Y, but no matter what, you're going to want to dump sewers first. Sewer outlet, black handle. Start by pulling this black handle. Then our sewer handle back there. Once them sound like they're no longer draining, then you come up here to this black tank flush. The top one's going to be for your front. Hook that up, leave your black handle open. Let that run for a good 5 minutes. Hook the hose up in there. It's going to wash out your black tank. When that's done, unhook your hose, close your black handles, and pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner waters, your sinks, your showers. That'll be your galley tank. That'll clean your sewage hose out a little bit for you. Close that one up. Come back here. And open this back sewage handle. Once that's done, take your sewage hose. Come right back into here to your sewage holding tank. Hook up your hitch and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this XLR for many years to come. Happy camping.